Hello everybody, welcome to Sapphire Falcon, and this episode of my playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds. Now, I've already played through Horizon Zero Dawn and published the videos of my entire playthrough. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. But I have never played the Frozen Wilds DLC. And from what I understand, it actually does really add to the story of the game and add a whole new storyline into it. Given that Horizon 2 Forbidden West is coming out in a few months here, I figured this is probably a good time to go through and play the Frozen Wilds, just so that way I actually get to play everything and I get to see everything and I get to experience the whole story. So that's my idea here. So this is I think the first time I'm doing this where I'm actually going back to a game that I've already played, recorded, and published, and now playing the DLC and adding on to that existing one. On top of that, I'm actually going to be experimenting with a little bit of a different presentation style. Up until this point, I was doing 3 episodes a week, half-hour episodes, and honestly, I found that quite overwhelming as far as a workload for me to prepare the episodes. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do longer episodes less often. So that will hopefully alleviate some of the stress and some of the pressure of creating these videos for you. Please let me know what you think about it. If you like this, if you don't like this, let me know and I can take that into consideration for whatever I decide to play next. Haven't quite exactly decided how often I'm going to publish this, but I'm thinking we're going to look at 1-hour episodes once a week. At this point, we'll see if that's actually what happens when this publishes and goes out. As of right now, I'm just recording. The other thing I'm going to mention, I don't actually know offhand exactly how to access the Frozen Wilds specifically, because when I did my Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough, I hadn't bought the Frozen Wilds DLC. Now I have, it's installed, as you can see up in that corner. And so we'll load up the game from my save file and go from there. The other thing I want to mention, I know this is quite a long introduction here, is it's been, I think, about 3 years since I played Horizon Zero Dawn. Because I've had other games in the meantime. I'm going to be rusty. The controls are going to not be second nature for me. So give me a moment to relearn things as we get started. All right, let's go.
Praise the sun. Spies have released Prince Itaman from Sunfall.
All right, yes, I do remember that I have the fancy, shiny armor. So, menu, where's the menu button? Oh, that's the system menu. There we go. I had forgotten how gorgeous this game's map was. How it's actually basically a 3D. It's actually the game's map from above, so it's actually in 3D. Just obviously you can't rotate. All right, and if I recall correctly, we started here. These are Nora territories. This wasn't there before. And then eventually we crossed over into Karja territory. And everything like that. So obviously, up here is where the DLC is. So let's take a look at quests. There's Looming Shadow. No open quests, no open errands, no open activities, Hunting grounds all done. Cauldrons all done. Corrupted zones all done. Tutorials all done. But on the map, I did see this here, new quest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that as my destination. I'm all the way over here. Oh no, that's that's my current objective. This is where I am, and of course the yellow line is guiding me there. But obviously we want to go over this way. So where I think we can fast travel. Yeah, I can fast travel to green icons. Right, so I'm going to fast travel to this campfire and we'll see what happens. There we are. I see a machine up there. I'm also not going to remember what all the different machines' names are. I should also, while we're at this, let's look at outfits. What am I wearing? Oh, yeah. The Shield Weaver outfit. Ancient technology salvaged by Aloy and stitched to Nora leather. Projects a damage-absorbing force shield. Takes time to recharge when depleted. Oh, right. That's the shiny thing. When basically the first hit is absorbed, and then it goes from there. Weapons. Yeah, I'm I'm gonna have to relearn a whole heck of a lot. So that's aim. Oh, that's so that's crouch, dodge, jump. There's my weapon wheel. I've got something's attention. Oh, that's a glint hawk, I want to say. So let's. That's I'm now in combat with. And it's attacking me. Alright. What do I want? Let's choose the hunter arrow. Why not? I was able to at least remember that. No, okay. It went a bit too close to the campfire there. Okay, how... Oh, that's crouch, right? That's not... How do I use my spear? I don't remember how to use my spear. Okay. Okay, that's the button to use my spear. Okay. I told you that it's been 3 years, right? There's something here to gather. Fire kiln root. Sure. That thing's apparently angry at my existence, but I can't attack it. Alright. Whatever. This is a red shiny, which probably means that rock, inventory full. Okay, there we go. I do remember the path being up this side, so let's go up here. Oh, right, and then that's how I do the sensor thing.
It'd be fascinating if they weren't looking for me.
Haha. It's amazing how much you forget. Like, no matter how good you were at a game, like, you go away for a while, you come back, and then you gotta learn everything all over again.
I'd do that again if it weren't so much work to get back up there.
Do what? I think I triggered something that I probably didn't actually mean to trigger, because I don't know what she was talking about. Campfire discovered. That's new. And there's these blue glowing things, which I don't remember from before. As I recall, there was basically like this ledge up here, because that's the destroyed former military base from way back.
These look like Banuk markings. Is this the way to their territory?
So yeah, so let's do a quick save. Which also lights the campfire. Yeah, this blue glowing thing is definitely new. Oh yes, I remember how colorful the Banuk markings are. Like a lot of things in this game, it's beautiful, gorgeous. Yeah, this is new territory for me. I have never been here. In the original game, like it ends here at the Grave-Hoard.
You don't look like you know this path, Hunter.
Yariki. That's a name? She's right, I don't. Let's grab the shinies. Metal Shards, Echo Shell, Chillwater, Sparker, Ridgewood. Oh yeah, I remember very little of this.
Seems you're a long way from anything. Where does this trail lead?
For me, it leads south, away from the Banuk, past the Grave-Hoard. Banuk, watch over me. This is the quickest way out of the cut, instead of going all the way through Oseram territory. And take it from me, you want a quick way out of the cut.
I haven't even arrived yet. Why would I want to leave?
Strange machine attacks? A curse on the mountain? It's enough to make me look forward to Meridian.
What sort of place is the cut?
It's on the edge of everywhere. The edge of Banuk, the edge of the mountains, the edge of other tribes' territories. It suffered in the war with the Karja. But it suffered before that too. Life there is a test to survive out on the edge.
Not exactly homey. I can see why you'd want to move on.
Home is what you carry in a roll on your back.
You're going to Meridian.
Yes. I was named an envoy to the Karja King's court. No one else wanted to do it. It's not so bad. I just recount the songs from Banuk, and the Karja draw their funny little glyphs. I tell them of the machine's growing anger, and the Karja King still offers aid, even though he knows the Banuk will not accept it.
What kind of strange machines? And what kind of curse?
Machines tougher and crazier than anything in the south, I heard. And smoke comes off the mountain like a funeral pyre all day and night. But like I said, I just passed through now.
Well, thanks for the warning. I'm curious about these machines, though.
Then the warning rolled off you. I understand you adventurers are all alike. Good luck.
Into the Frozen Wilds. Open the quest menu. There we go. The Banuk are like the northern the snow tribe, basically. Hard. Stand on their own 2 feet without help kind of people. And the Karja are, well, if you've watched the original, the Karja are like the quote-unquote main civilization. They've got their capital city. They think they're superior. They've got the military might, yada yada yada. Right. Anyway, into the Frozen Wilds. Aloy travels north to the Banuk lands known as the Cut, which, by the way, sounded like a volcano to me, with the whole smoke emerging from it day and night. Explore the Cut. Rumors are spreading of strange events in the Cut, Banuk lands found north of the Grave-Hoard. Alright, so we select that as our main one. So now, the guidance is not sending us away from the new content and actually sending us here. So that looks like a frozen waterfall. Probably can't get much this way. Or I can, which is actually kind of surprising. But I also saw the path, like the handholds over here, so...
What are you doing, Aloy? This path leads to the Cut. The Banuk have nothing to offer besides useless mysticism. The Eclipse won't stand idle while you waste time playing in the snow. Return to your desk.
Surprised you're still checking up on me. I thought you had moved on.
Well, forgive me for still being concerned with the fate of the world.
I was thinking, Banuk shamans thread blue cables through their skin, right? Kind of like someone else we know, huh? So maybe the real reason you want me to stay clear of the Banuk is to stay clear of your past.
It's not the past that concerns me, Aloy. It's the future. Or possible lack thereof. Which is why you should stop prattling and get back to what matters. But as usual, you'll do as you wish.
Touchy.
Silence was a character that we... Oh, I thought I would have had to jump across to that, but I guess it wants me to keep climbing this way. Yeah, Silence was a character who was like a part friend, part enemy. How do I... There we go. That's how I get down. And he has the blue cables woven through his skin, like Aloy mentioned. Yeah, especially if you've watched the end of the main game, which I've already published. Silence takes a very interesting turn. Ooh, I love the Aurora effect that they've got here. I don't think that was in the original game. That is beautiful. Medicinal fresh salve brush. Yes, medicinal, always good.
Stocking up.
Yeah, Aloy, if I recall correctly, Aloy begins to pant like that, like when you do things like, There's something there.
Yeah, this is useful.
Aloy begins to pant like that when, like, you do like extended climbing or something like that, but she doesn't. We don't actually have a stamina meter. Demonic machine, demonic scorcher. There we go. Demonic machines are more powerful and have stronger elemental resistances than their normal counterparts. They are a force to be reckoned with, so that is new here. Strength to shock and corruption. Weak to ice, though. So fire arrow, hardpoint arrow, tear blast, precision, harvest. I don't even remember what most of these do. There we go. Freeze bomb. That's what it's weak against. Yeah, I'm very much so not used to this game's control system anymore. Yeah, I very much so do not remember how to do any of this. Alright. Metal shards, plus 24% corruption, coil, machine, scavenger box, blaze, sparker, wire. Take all, of course, there we go. So looks like there's lights over there that probably provide some sort of like climbing path, but the objective is over there. Well, you know me. If the game wants me to go one way, we go the other way first. See what we find.
I'd have to ditch something.
So where did this take us then? Basically same place, looks like. Okay. Just a different way up. Good to know. That's a welcome, I guess. That's a hell of a sound. It's probably that guard there that sounded the alarm.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
I love Aloy's confidence and comebacks.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
This is Song's Edge, biggest settlement in the cut.
I see what Yakiri, I think was her name, meant about the smoke, and that red lightning that's interwoven into it is not a good sign, if you remember from my main playthrough.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
Investigate the source of the smoke. Well, we can definitely do that. But I don't see the smoke rising from the village that she mentioned. Discovered Song's Edge.
How are we to trust the chieftain after so many died under his command? You who died on Thunder's drum, your songs will not be forgotten.
Who knows better how to lead than Arta? And must have faith in him.
In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony.
This looks like a big important tent, which I can't get into right now.
Shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our destiny.
We haven't lost this many hunters.
Must be
since
something
the
big
war
going
with
on.
the Karja.
Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
If Aratak means to go back to the mountain, then I will stand with him.
And as always, light the fire.
She'll return to us, they say. And yet here we are, waiting.
Bad omen for the ritual.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrand, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead. But not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice, for free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Aurea, spouting on about spirits and demons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Aurea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her. But no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah. A land cold enough to crack teeth. Filled with wild animals. You'd think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid. Well, believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
And Aurea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed him.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Aurea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Aurea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
I like the indigestion theory.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Warwick chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Aurea came to town with their Warwick, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
What are these Warwicks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Yeah, not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Warwicks come and go. Some last as long as metal. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Warwicks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Warwick has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
Have you ever heard of a man named Silence? Tall, deadly serious, cables in his skin? Like a shaman?
I've heard that name once or twice, but always whispered. Like some boogeyman the Banuk want to forget. I'm not sure what went down, but I got the impression he messed with the Conclave. Or they messed with him.
Conclave?
All the most important shamans gather in Banur from time to time to keep up with the latest mumbo-jumbo. No idea how they all fit into one tent without those crazy headdresses getting locked up on each other. Aurea's been to that shindig, but when I asked her what it's like, she just gave me a dirty look. So if you want to know more, you'll have to find her and make her like you, I guess. Good luck.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Aurea. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it?
Women?
No. Independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
Again, Aloy's sass.
I want to know more about this Damon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Aurea. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rats. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if Aratak could tell me more about Aurea or Thunder's Drum. Might be worth a shot.
The Shaman's Path is just the mission. Rumors of daemons and spirits abound in the Banuk territory of the Cut. To learn more, Aloy must find someone who can separate fact from fabrication. There's something on Notebook, Machine Catalog, Scorcher. So this blue strip down here is, of course, the new DLC. Yeah, Scorcher is actually new, I think. Because, yeah, there's Watcher, Strider, Grazer, Scrapper, Red Eye Watcher, Broadhead, Lancehorn, Longleg, Trampler, Sawtooth, Shellwalker, Fire Bellowback, Freeze Bellowback, Charger, Stalker, Glinthawk, Corruptor, Ravager, Snapmaw, Rockbreaker, Behemoth, Thunderjaw, Stormbird, Deathbringer, Tallneck, and Corrupted Machine. So yeah, Scorcher is brand new. A very agile and dangerous combat machine with fire-augmented melee attacks and a mounted mine launcher for ranged engagement. Body, hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Blaze canister is on its back. Blaze storage canister, shooting elemental canisters with elemental ammo, triggers an explosion that will damage everything nearby. Shoot off this component to collect the resource inside. Mine launcher, there we go. Heavy projectile weapon, deploys explosive proximity mines. Power generator, Sparker, resources can be looted from this component. Destroying this component will trigger an explosion electrifying anything in the area. Loot is Blaze, Metal Shards, Sparker, Wire, Machine Core Medium, Luminous Braiding, Scorcher Lens, and Scorcher Heart. Oh, right. Processor and lens, yes.
I've always wondered how the Tallneck got trapped in the first place.
Always wondered how the Tallneck got trapped in the first place. Okay. There's a new quest over here. There's a new quest over here. Talk to Aratak. And then, of course, we're going up there. But there's the Tallneck, and it looks like it's the only Tallneck in this area. But if it's trapped, then that's not the best sign. What's this over here? There's a merchant, okay. Well, talk to Aratak is optional, so of course I want to do it.
I think of it.
I do not want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
There are other weraks in Song's Edge too?
Yes. The village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last, until the Karja seek war again.
Aurea knows about this Damon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
This Damon you talked about.
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself. It has changed the machines, made them fiercer, stronger.
But what is it?
A matter for the shamans to debate.
Seems like he doesn't much care what it is. He just knows that it is.
Did your Werak come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banuk to face the threat of the demon. But I was born here and stayed to fight the Karja when others retreated into the mountains. A few of my old warriors remained with me, those who survived.
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death? It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
Cooley's painting is coming along. Feels like something's missing.
Alright, so I want to remind myself what all of my weapons are. So Silen's Lance is of course what I'm using instead of presumably Aloy's original lance. This melee weapon has a quick light attack, R1, slower heavy shock attack, R2, and the ability to override unlock machines. Shadowhunter Bow, so standard bow is on my left side of my weapons wheel. This lightweight bow trades power for faster reload and firing time and is good for short to medium range combat. Fire arrows can ignite, blaze canisters, and backpacks can be modified. Okay. So we've got different kinds of ammo. Shadow Tripcaster, which of course... this is like laying traps. So like you got a tripwire. This weapon creates traps which detonate when the tripwire connecting the two anchor points is broken. It is best used across enemy patrol paths or in narrow spaces, can be modified. Shadow Sharpshot Bow is on my top of my weapons wheel. This slow-firing but highly accurate bow is best used for long-range combat when target precision is critical, can be modified. Okay, so the Hunter Bow is quick and weak, and the Sharpshot Bow is strong and slow. Pretty typical array here. Sling. This slow-firing sling lobs elemental bombs with large areas of effect, best used to inflict elemental states on targets, making them vulnerable for follow-up attacks, can be modified. Terror Blaster. Oh, yes, this is like a bit like a shotgun, if I recall correctly. And it tears parts off. The blasts of compressed air from this close-range weapon strip armor and components from machines without the need to aim precisely, leaving them more vulnerable to follow-up attacks. Cannot be modified. Lodge Blast Sling. So we got the Shadow Sling and we got the Lodge Blast Sling. So is this better or worse? Oh, it's got different kinds of ammo. Okay. Lodge Rope Caster. Rare, let's just start with Lodge Blastling. Rare sun-catching metals signify great achievement in the Lodge, good for fighting groups of small enemies and powerful high-level machines when stealth is not an option, but has a low ammo count, can be modified. Lodge Ropecaster, a ceremonial Lodge Ropecaster made from a rare lustrous metal but still lightweight. Larger targets require more ropes, and attacking a tied machine will reduce the immobilization time, can be modified. Ropecaster kind of ties enemies down. And Warbow. There we go. So there's some elemental arrows. gaudy but masterfully crafted. The symbol of great achievement in the Lodge fires elemental payloads best used to put targets into vulnerable states, providing a valuable combat advantage. Can be modified. Alright. And this is just like a standard ropecaster. All right, and so there's this guy back here, and this is a blue. What does blue? It's kind of like a merchant symbol, but it's doesn't have like a star or like a crosshairs above it. It has like this weird kind of like gem shape. Alright, well, let's go talk to this new quest over here. See what we find. Talk to Laulai.
You seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood?
Yes. A sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Laulai, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, till it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the old ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
Well, that sounds interesting. Also, a flood must have been like as I was walking in, some random ambient conversation.
So Deep Din is a place and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the old ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Karja. I'm the drummer now, but our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it, or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
Well, her facial expression was very happy and then very sad.
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there it remains.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent? Deep Din.
With their ridiculous
Silence by
ideas
rising
about
waters.
how many great warriors have they ignored?
Alright, let's find out what this blue merchant is. It's apparently just a Banuk merchant. Alright. Banuk champion bow. Can be traded for 12 blue gleam. Now, I don't have any blue gleam. I don't even know what blue gleam is. It's a funny word to say. Banuk power shot bow, 14 blue gleam. And striker bow. So these are probably upgraded versions of the ones that I have, but you just need blue gleam to get it. Alright, outfits. Banuk Werak runner. Banuk Ice Hunter Master, Karja Blazon Master, Nora Silent Hunter Master, I wish there was like a compare. Map. Need badger bone, goat skin, and badger bone, apparently. I don't recall there being, like, animal hunting in the original game, but entirely possible that I'm just not remembering it. Waterlogged. There's the side quest I just got, and it looks like this other new quest is along the path that it wants me to take anyway, so... And what the heck kind of merchant is this? Let's take a look up there. So there's going to be a bit of a climb, is what I'm seeing.
That's a sound to sleep to, not loot.
That is a heck of a Banuk glyph. Or,
led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banukai and Hawerak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banukai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she dreamt of light. She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke, she knew which star to follow. She walked for many days and nights until she arrived at a temple built from sparkling ice. At the gates of the temple, she was met by the machines from her dream, who bowed to her as she entered. Inside, Banukai discovered the blue light bubbling from a hole in the snowy earth like a spring. You bid me come, she said. My people need aid. Will you provide it? The machines whispered to Banukai. We go where the light goes. For we are its chosen vessels. There is darkness in your heart. It cannot hold the light for long. Carry it to your people if you must. But the cost will be great. Banukai waded into the pool. The light reared like a nest of snakes and struck Banukai, piercing her skin,
myself if their leader didn't have that fiery cannon.
Banukai did not scream, though she was in agony. Banukai did not collapse, though her limbs shook. She climbed from the pool and carried the light inside her. She marched toward home and the machines marched behind her. As she walked, the light struggled to push its way out of her. The machines were there to aid her. She sewed her body shut with their cables, patched herself with their metal, and kept the light within. When she arrived, the forces of the ravenous tribe had surrounded the camp. Although the light had left her with 1,000 wounds, Banukai charged. And because she held the light, the machines followed. The ravenous tribe killed many, but those in camp rushed to join the battle. They gathered pieces of the fallen machines and from them fashioned weapons. And it was with these that Banukai's people repaid the suffering the ravenous tribe had wrought upon them. When quiet descended, Banukai finally fell. The machines bowed their heads and Hawerak wept. The light she'd held within her drifted from her wounds and rose to the sky. And for just a moment, before life left her, Banukai knew the truth of the blue light. And she felt peace. We remember Banukai, the first to crawl from the cave beneath the world, brought the machines to us. When we speak the name of our tribe, we remember her. And we will not forget.
This is an interesting legend. I wanted to let's stop and listen to it. There was an interact here. I imagine I could have sat down and listened, but I didn't know if interacting would cancel the story. I'm just gonna kind of like walk away here just to stop his talking.
The struggle for survival is never won.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call an end to this episode here. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a little rusty on playing this game, but hopefully I'll pick it up. You know the drill. To join me next time, click over there. If you're enjoying this, you can click up here to subscribe. And up there is something that the algorithmic overlords at YouTube think that you'll enjoy from my channel. If it catches your fancy, go ahead and click on it. I'll see you next time.
Next, the Floodgate.